Welcome to the Saturday Cup of Joe podcast. This podcast is dedicated to EAS employees of the U.S. Postal Service and members of the National Association of Postal Supervisors. So, pour yourself a cup of coffee and join us for today's episode. And now, here's your host, Robert Wakefield.
Good morning, Branch 32, and good morning, NAPS family. Welcome to the Saturday Cup of Joe podcast presented by the Nashville Post Office Credit Union. I am so glad that you're listening today because you could be doing anything, and yet you've chose to listen to this. Oh, well, that's fantastic. I'm Robert Wakefield. I'm the president of Branch 32. Thank you so very much. That's right. Please be seated. Got a great show lined up for you today, so go ahead and pour that first cup. You know, banking should be made simple. That's why Ollie, the Nashville Post Office Credit Union's virtual assistant, is here, ready to help 24/7. Need quick answers? Ollie delivers secure, instant solutions right at your fingertips. No wait times, no hassle, just smart banking made easy. Whether you're managing your finances, exploring loan options, or just need guidance, Ollie is always ready to assist, wherever and whenever you need. The Nashville Post Office Credit Union, people helping people since 1925. And for our first cup today, I am excited beyond belief. Having our first guest, our guest on today, the first time he's ever been on the Saturday Cup of Joe. He is the Secretary Treasurer of NAPS at the national level. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jimmy Warden. Jimmy, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Bob? How you doing today? How are the folks in Tennessee all doing?
Oh, the folks in Tennessee are just absolutely fabulous as of this moment. Now, that could change anytime.
Well,
but right now, they're okay.
Great to hear.
Yeah. So I wanted to get you on, Jimmy, to talk about something that is that's near and dear to your heart, and that is membership. And you've written many articles in the Postal Supervisor magazine about membership. So let me just ask you this question to start off. When did you join NAPS?
Oh, boy. I was back in I believe it was 89.
Wow.
Was that about 36 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, 1989.
Yep.
And so
when I first became supervisor.
And you joined right off the bat, didn't you?
Right out of the gate.
And you've been a member ever since. That's amazing.
Yep.
So what does NAPS membership mean to you on a personal level?
Well, I think it's important. Through all my years as branch president, even as a New York area VP, and now membership, it's very important, and it's important to people to know what NAPS does for them. I've seen so many folks get in trouble too late in their career, and they were not a NAPS member, so we really couldn't represent them at the time. And it's really sad. They tell us, "Oh, I wish I had joined. If I only knew." And it's just, I want to help people, and I think that's the key of being a NAPS member, to be part of that family, to have a place to turn to, when in time of need.
Well, you know, NAPS is a family, isn't it?
Definitely, without a doubt.
And you've made friends all across the country. As a matter of fact, you and I did not know each other until you came to a Tennessee State Convention, and that's how we met, actually.
True, and I still got the picture with the bear. Me and you with the bear.
Yes, that's a great photo. I'll put it up on our website so other people can see it too. But that's so great. But the thing about membership, what are some of the benefits of NAPS membership that you personally like the best?
Well, actually, there's two that really stand out. One is being part of our legislative agenda. Mm-hmm. As you know, recently we had a couple of bills in Congress, and it got to the Senate that were going to affect people's well-being, basically. Right. They were going to affect their retirement and everything else. And being the strength that we have in NAPS, Bob Levy with his knowledge and Chuck Mullidor, they were able to write a letter and get in touch with the parliamentarian for the Senate and get some of those issues pulled out. But it was all the NAPS membership contacting their senators, their congressional leaders, saying that, we need their support in stopping these things.
Right.
I mean, and in numbers, that really means a lot. And that's a key. A lot of people, they figured, legislative, it doesn't affect us. We bit the bullet on this one here. It was close.
Mm-hmm. It was very close.
Yeah. On this last one. And the other one, a big benefit we have is the Disciplinary Defense Fund.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, recently we've had, out of the state of Florida, 3 cases and one out of the Rocky Mountain area where they belong to dual associations and their case got all the way up to where it was going to go to MSPB. They came over to NAPS to have their MSPB case dealt with.
Right.
And the reason they did that is because no member has ever had to pay a fee for our DDF fund.
Isn't that amazing? And the other group you have to pay, I think, don't you?
Correct. I believe it's $3,000.
Wow. Yeah.
But I spoke with past Secretary Treasurers, Chuck Mullidor, Brian Wagner, John Aceves. They said they don't recall any member ever having to pay an out-of-pocket expense. Now, sometimes a case may go over the $4,000 limit,
mm-hmm.
and usually the 3 resident officers will sit and we'll approve the expenses. So this way it doesn't come out of the pocket of the member. But I know there's a lot of rumors going around saying, well, NAPS only pays $4,000. And it usually costs $10,000 to handle a case. Who do you think is going to pay the other $6,000? That's why you should join us.
That's exactly right. It's not true. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Not true.
Okay.
Yep.
So tell me, you probably got some idea on this. How many members do we have nationally in NAPS right now? Do you know?
28,983 as of August. We didn't get the September numbers yet.
Okay. So 20, tell me that number again. I didn't catch it all. 29,000?
28,983 total members. We have 27,576 active members and 1,407 associate members.
Now, that speaks volumes because to me, if you're active members, the people who are working right now, is that big of a number. That just shows you how important NAPS is to the working supervisor or EAS employee.
Without a doubt. And actually, our number was over 29,000.
Oh.
But a lot of folks took a retirement.
Sure.
In the end of April, May, and June because they were uncertain what was going to happen in Congress with the big, beautiful bill.
Right.
And they were in fear they may lose their supplement. They were in fear that they may have to go from a high 3 to a high 5. They were in fear they may have to be an at-will employee
mm-hmm.
where they would have to pay an extra 4.4 to 5% into their pension and get nothing for it.
Right.
So a lot of folks took the retirement and figuring I was going to retire in a year or two from now. I might as well just go now. Why take that chance? Because as you know, if that bill went into effect, it was going to take effect the very next day.
Oh yeah, and that's
why our numbers dropped a little bit, but they're growing up. They're getting back up there again. I would say in September we'll be over 29,000 again.
Have we ever been over 30,000 that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of. When I first came down here, we were at about 24,000 and change, close to 25,000.
Okay.
So after the last 4 years, we've increased about 4,000 members.
That's fantastic. And that goes to the local branches for getting out there and getting non-members to sign up. What are some ways that you think are the best ways to get non-members to sign up?
One of the best ways is just approaching them.
Mm-hmm.
So many folks say, well, I didn't know. Nobody ever came to me. Nobody ever told me about NAPS.
Right.
And when they're approached, they joined up. And I know Branch 32 did a great thing. You had an extra $25, I believe the branch was paying, correct?
We
Bob?
did. Mm-hmm. We did. We did that earlier in the year. If it was when that promotion was going on that we would pay an extra $25 for people to get them signed up. So, yeah, anything that works like that. We're even going to be having, I hope, for our next meeting, we're going to invite non-members to come in and see what a meeting is about.
Great idea. And I know other branches followed you guys with the extra $25 and they increased their membership.
Wow. That's fantastic. Yeah. I think in Branch 32, I think this is the biggest we've ever been. We have like 234 members right now. And
that's great.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely great. Well, I wanted to talk to you a little bit. You have a phrase about membership that you put in a bunch of your articles. You want to talk about that phrase and what that means to you?
Membership. Increasing membership demonstrates leadership.
There you go. That's the one.
Well, it's true. I believe if you have good leadership, people will come. People will join. They see what you're doing. NAPS is not just all talk.
Right.
I think we have truly demonstrated what NAPS is all about, especially, like I said, recently with the legislative. Bob and what Chuck had done was tremendous for our membership. And I think the membership sees that and they said, this is the association we need to belong to.
That's exactly it. So in our last minute or so, tell me, what does it mean for you to be on the Saturday Cup of Joe podcast?
I'm honored. I think I used to write an article for your crickets. I don't have a flavor of the week, but on ice cream.
No, you don't have one of those, but yes, you have written articles for me before. That's been so fantastic.
Yep.
Oh, and you got to tell me one time before we go, you got to tell me your favorite line that I love hearing you say, and it's something about forget about it. Yes, I love it every time we have a national convention and you get up there and say, forget about it.
Forget about it. The key is, ask somebody to spell it. Nobody can ever spell it right.
That's exactly right. Well, Jimmy, it has been great to have you on the Saturday Cup of Joe. Thanks so much for doing this. Can I get you on again on subjects that you want to talk about?
Anytime. It was my pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to be on to speak a little bit about membership, and
all right.
Hopefully the word gets out there and people reach out to those non-members. Even I don't force people to join NAPS. I tell them it's your money. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money.
Right.
But you may need it someday, and it helps a lot of folks out there.
Absolutely.
Like you said earlier, we're a family.
Yeah, and I think that is the key part. I've always talked about how networking is my favorite part of being in NAPS. So I think that's it. Well, Jimmy, again, thanks so much for being on the Saturday Cup of Joe. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks. Take care.
All right.
Take care, Bob.
And as we pour our second cup for today, I wanted to thank Jimmy Warden for being on the show today. And he was talking about that stuffed bear that we had our picture made in front of. I'm going to put that on napsbranch32.org under gallery. And you will see under the gallery there is a Cup of Joe section. And so I'll put that picture there so that you can go in there and check that out. It was an overly stuffed fake bear. And so I'll put that picture there so you can go in there and check that out. But for the last few minutes this morning, I wanted to just talk about some obscure holidays in October. That's exactly right. There are some weird ones this time. You know that there's actually a virus appreciation day in October? That's insane. But today is October the 4th, and so I want to celebrate and let you know that today is National Taco Day. Now, taco and coffee doesn't really go together, but later on today, when you eat a meal, it's National Taco Day. It's October the 4th, and it started in 1973. There was this restaurant in Rapid City, South Dakota, that's advertised Taco Tuesday, and that kind of got this whole thing started. National Taco Day actually started in 2009, and it's always been celebrated on October the 4th. So if you're not going to drink any more coffee today and you want to go out and have some dinner, well, it is National Taco Day. So be sure to go out there and have a taco in honor of that. How about that? So that's it for today's show. Thanks so much for listening to the Saturday Cup of Joe podcast presented by the Nashville Post Office Credit Union. I appreciate you listening so much. Now, you need to share this with all your friends. Like, subscribe, whatever you have to do. Make this the most popular program from Branch 32. It's because it's the only podcast from Branch 32. All right. That's going to do it for today. I hope you have a great weekend. And remember, every great weekend starts with a great cup of Joe. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for tuning in to the Saturday Cup of Joe podcast. Please note that the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of Robert Wakefield and do not necessarily reflect the views of the National Association of Postal Supervisors. We welcome your questions and comments, so send those to SaturdayCupofJoe@gmail.com.